Okay, so in this, I just want to explain a little bit more about my question 1 and more about the mise-en-scène for each one of my pages and why I chose to use those outfits over other ones. Okay, so first of all, on the contents page, on the cover page, she's wearing just a blue denim jacket. This is all that you are able to see from this angle, and it doesn't give too much or anything away, really. I chose to use this because it was a neutral colour, which matches my house style, which is that pinky purpley. And the image has got a lot of cool tones, so you can't see any contrasting colours, which I thought was okay, actually. Okay, so moving on to my contents page. So I'm going to go through each person. So in the very top left-hand corner, we have Becca, who is wearing a black and white tank top. She's not actually wearing the black and white tank top, but because I changed the colours, that's what it looks like. So the reasons why I did this was so then there was a bit of mystery and created for her outfit, as she's meant to be representing a well-known fashion designer, so I didn't want to give too much away for what she was wearing, which would obviously make the audience want to open the magazine up and have a look. So moving on, just beneath Becca, we have Annabelle, who is wearing the denim jacket, light wash jeans, and the yellow boob tube. So the reason why I used this photo was that it relates to my front cover, as it's the same denim jacket, but this time you can see a little bit more, e.g. the jeans and the top, which just suggests and adds a few things which are going to come later on. Then moving on to the right of Annabelle, we have Beryl, who from all of this picture, we can see that she's wearing a black leather jacket. That's it. So the reason why I did this was that it links to the same pose as Annabelle, but because everything is black except for her face and her hair, it really exaggerates the whole presence and everything about it, which is what I wanted to do. Moving on to the right-hand page, in the very top we have Rhea, who is wearing a black leather jacket, jeans and a white tee, from what we can see. So everything's quite dark apart from the t-shirt and her face, which again draws in the attention to these two areas. Okay, so moving on to the image just to the right of that, below. This is of Laura. She's wearing a purple leotard, white tights, a purple skirt and some ballet shoes. So this links to my house style because of the whole purple, but it also just fits in nicely with the whole aesthetics and everything. Finally, in the top right hand corner, we have a picture of Sabina, and she's wearing a light pink jumper and some black jeans from all we can see. Again, this links to my house colour, but it's like a cool neutral complementing colour, so it's not anything harsh or stands out too bold. That's like all of the images on this page. They all link quite nicely together and nothing's painful to look at. So moving on to my first double page, I have the black and white off the shoulder top. This is all that you can see on the image. It's just complementing colours, nothing clashes with the house style. It's just like a nice sort of page to start with. Then moving on after that, I have my purple jumpsuit with like a floral pattern, which is very small. It's not really that visible to see. So this represents my house style, as she's being integrated into the whole magazine, as my whole overall colour is purple. So I thought that this matched quite nicely. I didn't want to have this as my first image because then it would seem as though it was just purple, 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 purple. So I wanted to give it a bit more variation. Moving on to the next image or the next double page, we can see that she's not wearing anything. Well, from the composition, but she was actually wearing her yellow boob tube, like on the front cover and contents page. I didn't want to include the yellow because it's quite a calm page with the whole steel in the backgrounds and then the colour of her hair, so how simple her makeup is. It just seems quite all together. Yeah. Moving on. Okay. So moving on to the next page, she's wearing a light pink jumper with light blue jeans and a brown belt. So this continues on with building up the link to my whole house colour, but it's the neutral pink and blue, which I do quite like. Okay, so then on this next double page, the unstoppable Bethany, this is the one where you can finally see the yellow boob tube. So unlike all the other pages, which is leading up to this, I decided to have like a contrasting colour, something which is going to stand out, and it drags in some attention. This works well with the idea of building up in the mastheads as well, as you only finally find out her name on this page. As all the others, it's like the next big thing, spend it the right way, dress to impress. So you never find out her name until this page. So it made sense in my head to give her something a little bit more different to wear. Moving on to the double page of Beryl. As you can see, she's wearing a red oversized jumper. So the reasons why I did this was so then it could match the artist's style, which is obviously the red, rather than going with my cooler tones for the magazine. I wanted to make sure that she wore like a similar colour or a similar tone to her hair, so then it complements it a bit better, which I think it did pretty well. Moving on to the next page, as you can see, we finally find out what colour she's wearing, and it is a red tank top with a light brown bear jacket. So the reasons why this is happening is, again, so the red is her artist style, but then I wanted her to wear like a neutral tone or something which could act like a barrier or a transitional shade between the red and my purple. So that's why I allowed her to wear the brown bear jacket thing. So moving on to the next page. This is similar, so it's relating to the same artist, but this time you can see that she's wearing brown jeans as a belt, as well as the bear jacket and red tank top. Again, this was just to make sure that you could really see the artist's style, but then it wouldn't clash too much with the rest of my magazine, e.g. having that transitional shade. So moving on to the image with Laura, as you can see, she's wearing the purple leotard, black skirt, white tights and pink ballet shoes, just like on the contents page. This will show them that they are on the right page and that they've gone to the right place, which is always quite nice and reassuring for them. So I wanted to relate it back to the magazine house style, which is obviously purple. As for the previous 2 articles, it's been more about the artist style rather than the magazine. So I thought that it would be a good idea to bring it back at this point. Moving on, we have the double page of Rhea. And in this, we can see she's wearing a black leather jacket, the white tee, white trainers, and black jeans. So the white t-shirt really stands out and does catch the attention, which draws in some attention, but not all, due to the fact that half of her is just covered in black, which means that people are still able to see the rest of the picture without getting too distracted. As I've used like the simple white and black scheme, it does work quite nicely and quite well with my house style. This is the same for the next double page, as it's again of her. But on this page, due to the lighting and the angle, I got her hair to look quite red, even though in real life it's brown. This wasn't like the end of the world, as on this page I chose to use more neutral tones for my, say for example, my name tagline, my pull quotes, my image captions. Everything's a bit more neutral on this page and less purple. So this wasn't a main issue, but it's something to consider and think about. So yeah, that sums up the mise-en-scène for my question 1.